Now, many of the recipe kits you guys buy are gonna come with something called grains. Now, whenever they come with grains, you need to put them in a bag and do something called steeping the grains, which basically involves putting them in a bag and dipping them up and down in your water until all the crap gets out. However, this kit does it. It's a very simple kit. It comes with malt extract instead. And actually, some kits come with malt extract and grains. Some kits actually have really weird ingredients. But anyways, I just want to mention that if you guys have a kit that involves steeping the grains, then I'm not going to be steeping any grains in this tutorial because I don't need to for this recipe. I'm going to be going over, more in depth about steeping grains later. But for now, let me show you guys how to prepare the malt extract. Now, your malt extract has the consistency of syrup. It's very thick and it's very hard to pour. And eventually we're going to be pouring this into the water that's boiling. But for right now, what we want to do is we want to prepare it so it pours a little bit faster. So in order to do this, just go ahead and make a warm water bath. Now, you can just go ahead and plug your sink and fill it up with warm water, but I don't have the plugs for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pot that's bigger and fill this up with warm water. And then I can just go ahead and set my malt extract in here. And whenever it warms up, it's just a little bit smoother, thinner, and easier to pour. So now just go ahead and set that in the water. And even when you pour it now, after it's been sitting in this warm water bath, it's still going to be kind of thick because it is syrup. You can't change the consistency that much, but it is going to be a lot easier to pour. So now just go ahead and let that sit, and now we just have to wait for the water to boil. Alright, so now our water is boiling. What we want to do now is turn off the heat. You can either move it to a different burner or just turn your heat off. And you're going to want to pour the extract in slowly. And it's helpful if you have two people, then one can pour and one can stir. And you want to make sure to stir because if you just pour it in and let it sit for a little bit, it can sink to the bottom and it can also burn once it sits on the bottom because the bottom of this is really hot. So again, like I said, you want to have one person stirring while the other one is pouring. Once your extract is fully dissolved in the water, you're going to want to go ahead and bring it up to a boil again. Now, once you add extract to the water, the solution is now called wort. It's kind of like the early stages of beer, without a lot of taste and definitely without any alcohol in it yet. So from now on, whenever I say wort, W-O-R-T, this is what I'm talking about. Now, as soon as this starts boiling, we want to go ahead and set a timer. So from the point it starts boiling again, we want to boil this entire solution for 60 minutes.